letting people talk everything out, like people having all kinds of stuff that needed to come out. I would just be there, and it would all come out, and they would feel some kind of release, and that would, in some cases, it would calm them down. In some cases, it would stir them up. But I think that's actually one of the things that I've learned even more, is how to listen and how to just lend an ear when people need to talk things out, because otherwise it's still in them and things build up. And I was glad to offer a lot of people a way to express themselves, just to listen. And so I could definitely see doing that wherever I am. I love to listen. I love to just hear what other people have to say, and whether it's on a starship or on Piedmont or in the middle of the Amazon.
Well, I don't know how often you're in Brazil. Maybe you can. What about music? You were playing guitar an awful lot, and music tended to help alleviate people quite a bit. I know that you'd play, and I can't really talk right now. I've been planning to play my guitar, and I said, you want to talk about music or anything?
Yeah. That was one of my other motivators for coming around the protest a lot, was the expression that was created there. There were artists, there were sculptors, there were orators, there were commentators, there were musicians of all kinds.
Scholars. There
were all kinds of people there, and I'm always looking for people to play music with. And so, there being a camp guitar, I loved to just sit there and play, and I hope that my playing, because it's somewhat, a lot of times it can be not too intense, I guess, more mellow music. I make more mellow music on the guitar. I'm hoping that some of the people's what do you call it? Their
style?
No, not their style. Their nerves. Hopefully some of their nerves, some people's nerves were soothed a little bit by just a little relaxing music. And of course, it was great when, in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, there was people jamming there on instruments. I mean, that was just wonderful, just because the free flowing expression and the filters, they go away, and it's just people making music. It's just people expressing themselves, people singing, people talking, people not being anxious, not being stressed out. Those were some of the most enjoyable times.
You really didn't answer my question, John.
What was the question?
Well, you could be a Ferengi and go into liquidation or commodities, or you could be a politician and be a Romulan, or you could be a warrior and be a Klingon, or you could be an engineer with Starfleet, or a medical officer, or a fleet officer.
Yeah.
You've got so many options in the great wide universe, and I just hate to see you limit yourself, because obviously you're an outstanding mind, and there's that brain in yours is such a amazing intangible beauty that we rarely get to see. you shine its light outside of the confines of your skull. I have that problem too. I'm thinking about getting some sort of zipper or something, so that my brain can just kind of glow. And there's his brain, And again, I'm trying not to give you a ration of shit, so I'm trying to be lighthearted here and ask silly questions that maybe have serious answers. Or maybe there's some other things that you'd like to speak of that I haven't addressed yet.
Well, I don't remember the musicians on the sci-fi shows very much, but I would definitely, wherever I was, I would be playing music and entertaining people within my own capacity. And I think it definitely can be underestimated, the power of live expression, be it through music or poetry or a speech or a painting. There were some amazing artists at the protest. Amazing. And so, you know what? Maybe I would be a stowaway on one of the starships. I don't know. It depends on the view.
That's a pretty damn good answer.
Stowaway.
All right. I've been bending your ear for quite a while now. I could ask more questions, I guess. One of the things that, it seems like when they were trying to feed the people in June during the food strike, it also seems during one of the arborists were pruning trees, destroying tree houses, and extracting and doing citizens' arrests on the tree sitters. There were other incidents. I didn't make it to all of them. There were sit-ins. We tried to plant a sapling in front of Chancellor Stroganoff, whatever his last name is. An oak sapling from the oak grove to the front of his place. I think it's Berganoff or Bergano. There we go.
I think so.
Okay. There were all kinds of really heated moments and a lot of people struggle, and it's a little too obvious to me. But I'm glad that you've done such a great job to address how we were relating to each other and trying to help one another, and that's probably one of the most awesomest things, is because you shed a lot of light about that, about the music and stuff, and I'm trying to, as a photographer, I'm thinking of taking my camera to the Treesit in Santa Cruz. Just sort of wondering, what more people power do you think that you could speak of? What can I do that's going to be more helpful? And also, I'm really tired of seeing young people getting arrested. What can you tell me?
Well, if I ran a protest, or if there's a way that would make things smoother, would be more communication with whatever authority figures are involved. It seemed like there was the communication between the Berkeley community and the protest and the police. The communication between all these parties was, it seemed like it was it was ragtag. It doesn't seem. It seems like could be much more efficient communication, so that people can at least sit down together and talk and discuss.
Not enough organization.
Yeah, and in a way that makes everyone feel even, and not excluded, because all these parties, all these people have to live together after the whole thing is done. And this particular protest is done, but there's going to be ones in the future, and all these people still have to live with each other. So it seems like if there's going to be people existing in a place, why cannot these people talk and get all their issues and their concerns out, so that everyone's taken care of? That seems pretty idealistic, but
it's a worldview, We've got all these last remaining urban watersheds. People around the world are sort of wondering, maybe we can save this somehow. Do we have to cut this down? Do we need this?